Franchise consultancy, the next big opportunity. Not everyone is meant to follow the crowd. Some are born to lead, to guide, to unlock potential. Imagine a world where businesses thrive because of you, where entrepreneurs take their first step with confidence and established brands scale beyond imagination because you showed them the way. Welcome to the world of franchise consulting. A $5 trillion industry is waiting. A booming market where demand for expert consultants is soaring high. India's franchise sector alone is growing at 30% annually. Over 1 million businesses are looking to expand, and they need guides, experts, and consultants like you. Being an independent franchise consultant means more than just a title. It means empowering businesses, helping aspiring entrepreneurs start strong, supporting business owners in scaling up, enabling profitable exits for those ready to move on. With 27 years of Franchise India expertise, a global network of brands and investors, and a program designed for professionals like you, IFC is your gateway to success. This is not just a business, it's a movement, a career, a future. So, ask yourself, are you ready to be the guide, to lead, to grow? Become an independent franchise consultant. Be the guide. Grow with us. Franchise India.
Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Sajid Joy. I'm the business head at Franchise India. Well, it's nice to see a good amount of participation for this webinar. And we'd like to thank each one of you for taking the time for attending this special webinar. Now, this webinar is special because some of you are getting the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. It's also special because this opportunity is coming to you from the house of Franchise India. Now, talking about Franchise India, well, we've been in the business for the past 27 years now. And we are currently operating in 14 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to put things in perspective for your benefit and also to understand the business model in detail, I would request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you, Sajid, and we warmly welcome each one of you in this special webinar. Very good evening. This is Sanjay, and I personally have an invitation for everyone to join Franchise India as independent franchise consultant. So we truly believe that everyone cannot be a consultant because it needs a lot of passion and a lot of understanding on consulting or advisory. So we are looking forward for like-minded who have that passion, who have that understanding about consulting and how to advise people, because we help in selection. That's very, very important role as a consultant for all of us. So we are having this invitation today for a few who already have that consulting as a background, or they are looking forward to start kind of a consulting practice, right? So this is the webinar for you. But we are very thankful for everyone at 5 p.m., which is daytime. Some people are there in the offices and some are at work, and you have attended this webinar. So thank you so much for this. So give you some understanding what Franchise India do, what we have, what we do. So we are a how to start your own business platform. So we are talking about Franchise India is today a trusted advisory platform. So how to start your own business. Independent franchise consultant is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. So what we do, we have two communities. So if I can simplify, we have two communities. One side we have investors, and one side we have got businesses brands. We match make them. So I'm just simplifying this. So we have investors who are looking forward for active businesses to invest, and we have also active businesses, and they are looking forward for active investors who can be their partners. So we call this franchise. So investors who are looking forward to invest, it can be even 5-7 lakh rupees up to 500 crore. but there's this right selection of the brand. So that's what Franchise India comes in between with our capability and experience and successful journey of 27 years. So we come in between, we help these investors how to structure the right kind of an opportunity for every investor, because we believe every investor is unique. Every business investor do have their own requirements. It can be as per their market, because market is also different, and experience and profile what you have. And third, investment. It's also different and unique for everyone. So as we said, we have the second business, which is scaling up. So we help businesses to scale their business. Like we are helping them to expand in franchising. It can be locally, it can be regionally, it can be nationally, and it is also now internationally. And third business is resale. So what we help existing business owners or franchise owners to exit out of the existing business. So these are three businesses wherein none outside Franchise India works and have any kind of a platform outside. So Franchise India have got these three businesses: investments, scaling up, and resale. So this is what last 27 years are pioneer in this. So we use a byline. Nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, because Franchise India, as Sajid was talking about, our network. So we have 97 cities today in India. We are also 14 countries, and we have around 1,200 people full-time working for one-side investors and also the brands to do matchmake. So as Franchise India, we have started in 1998, and we started with our digital platform, which is franchiseindia.com. Today, more than 20,000 businesses and brands and opportunities are on our website. Plus, we also run 3 magazines, which is our print media. And these are the Franchising World to start with, which is 26-year-old franchise magazine. And then we have Retailer, and we also run Entrepreneur magazine in India and Asia Pacific. So it's a top business magazine in US, but in India and Asia, we have rights to distribute and also to publish. So now we are talking about today franchising, and that's what the whole idea is, to let you know what is franchising. So we'll discuss today overall franchise as an industry, how big this industry is, and what is scope next 10 years, 20 years. We'll also throw light on our complete journey, what we have done till now, and why advisory is required, why advisors are required, why consultants are required, and why we are looking forward for more hands when we have existing network, when we have already pan-India presence, and why we are looking forward for this. Only answer is that franchising is actually growing because consumption is growing. So anything you consume today is coming from franchise company. So when consumption is growing, franchising will grow, because every business, every brand, they want to enter into new cities because the consumer is already there. So today is a branded environment, and today everybody likes the branded stuff, and that's why every brand want to enter into different cities. So that's wherein we have amongst opportunity in franchising, because franchising becomes the viable model for these businesses to enter into different cities. And for an investor, to start his own brand is very, very difficult, because it takes years and years and a lot of money you need. That's why the viable model for an investor also to invest in a successful business model and follow what company will offer. So company has a process-driven company. They have a system. They have a proven track record. That's why they are not, they are successful in that business. So it will be viable for an investor to invest in that successful business and take the franchise route. So keeping in mind this humongous opportunity in franchising, so that's why Franchise India today is offering an invitation for like-minded people who are maybe real estate consultants, financial consultants, education consultants, or any other consulting background if you have, or if you're looking forward for a career change also, this is the right time. And if you already run a business and this is a complementing business for that, that's also what we are looking at. So we will definitely look forward for your profiles, where you are coming from, and what you do. We will ask you a question in the Q&A box. And rest, you have your own question and you have any query, please use the Q&A box in this webinar, because these webinars, you will not be able to talk to us direct. So we have Q&A box, which you will be using and sharing your thoughts also. And also what we are asking you, which city you're coming from and what is your profile. So we'll put a question. So please use and make it interactive webinar, because consultant business is you make more interaction. So you are interactive in this webinar. So I'll also give you some understanding about Franchise India. We are running 3 companies largely. So in India, we are known as Franchise India. We do around 200 events. Every city we go and have organizes exhibitions and events wherein we invite investors, we invite brands, and we do matchmaking. That's why Franchise India is very popular in India in every city. But we also have 2 more companies, which is Fran Global. So Fran Global, friends, it's a international arm of the business, and it's a market entry for global brands to come in India. Also, they help Indian brands to go outside. Like just now, we have just finished one show in Sri Lanka on 27th. So Indian brands, they are looking forward to enter Sri Lanka. So they want to operate in Sri Lanka. They want to have their franchise or partners in Sri Lanka. So there is no other platform. So Frank Global have organized an exhibition and event wherein we have invited local investors, and we have got Indian brands plus global brands who are looking to enter Sri Lanka. So this is the only platform for them. And likewise, now we are going Singapore, Malaysia, and other countries also. So 12 events internationally we are organizing this year, and Frank Global would help them to enter in those this states. Third, we have also Francop. So Francop is 49-year-old, world's largest consulting company. So what they do, they help these businesses to get them ready to franchise. So if any business, any level, they are looking to franchising, so first they have to get ready. So what Francop would do, Francop is going to help them to build their structure, their US SOPs, their systems to get ready. So then we can go to the market and help them with the franchise partners. So that's what this all about this webinar today. So we will also run a presentation for you. We'll give you complete understanding about our business model, what we offer as IFC, and what is the monetization model, and what is this webinar all about. We'll give you some more understanding on what's your growth ladder with us, and how franchising is very important and for all of you, and why you become Franchise India partner, why you are not looking forward and you will not go for any other brand to take a franchise. So there is a complete system, and there's a complete process which we have created in 27 years till now. And that's wherein we are now looking forward for partners to take Franchise India as your brand. And just to tell everyone that we are also coming up a very, very large event, which is world's largest franchise event in Delhi, which is going to be on 17th and 18th of May, which is in Yasho Bhumi in Delhi, wherein we are inviting around 45,000 business buyers and 700 brands also who will be present over there. And then what we do is we matchmake. So we need a lot of hands, we need a lot of experience there who would be helping these investors, guiding them that which brand is going to be right fit for them, and then who would do the lot of follow-ups also, which is required. Now, what we have done, we have invited our partners, our IFC partners from all over India. So they are coming, and these 2 days are best business days for all of us, because every investor who is investing 4,000 rupees only for the entry pass and coming to the show, and all over India people do come, and then they will be looking forward for business opportunity in this. But then once they're meeting a lot of brands, finally they have to take a decision which will take a month or 2 months sometimes. A lot of discussions, a lot of meetings will definitely take place. And in this period, what Franchise India team will do, that we get in touch with all these investors. What we do is we are going to help them. We are going to make them comfortable with us, and we are going to guide them. Every investor, we will be personally, everyone will be involved, and then we will be helping them, guiding them that which business you can go for, and we will explore and evaluate a lot of business opportunities for every investor. Because through this event, they can take the first level information. So once they come to the event and exhibition, they take first level information. So when they take a first level information, then you need someone who can really guide and advise which business is going to be right for you. And then who would do the evaluation that what is the business about, what is the brand all about, and what is their offerings. So every brand has a different offering, and then what is going to be the suitable for your, which is as per your market, which is as per your experience and profile, and also what is your investment. So all this franchise India team would do, and in this regard, that's why we are looking forward for now more partners in different cities. And some cities, absolutely, we are also done now. We have completed those cities, and we have a lot of partners already. Some cities we don't do, but some cities we are still open, wherein maybe one partner is already there. Now franchising is growing, and we are looking forward for another partner in that city. So that is where in the total today's webinar would all about. So I'll give you some understanding to start with. What does franchise India journey look like? So in 1998, we started with the franchiseindia.com. So with this thought process and understanding that businesses, brands who are looking forward for expansions to get their database. So we have all these brands listed on our website. And then we started with Franchise India magazine, that is the franchising world, wherein these businesses and brands have started advertising, and investors have started getting these magazines, and then they start direct interaction. But later on, we feel that there's a lot of gap, and that gap is how investor can meet a brand direct. So we have created this exhibition platform. This is a meeting platform wherein we invited investors, and we have also brands who are there who would be now talking about one-on-one meeting. So they will be having one level meeting with directly with the brands, and after that, there's a lot of evaluation and also to do another meeting with them. So Franchise India started advisory services, brokerage services, wherein we advise. We start advising all these investors what is everybody's need and requirement, and then we start this advisory services wherein we are providing customized service, which is one-on-one services to every investor after understanding their requirement and understanding their need. So because this is a lot of parameters has to be evaluated before you invest, because it is highly risky also out there. So that's wherein Franchise India have created this network wherein we help these investors because today's time, if we see, 60% investors are first-time business buyers. So when you are a first-time business buyer, you have no idea which business is going to be rightly fitted for you, because there are a lot of formats, a lot of models in this, because if you are looking forward for only investment, so you're a professional, you have some investment, but you don't have time. So which model is going to be helpful for you? So that's wherein Franchise India advisory comes in between, and that's wherein we have start giving one-on-one meeting and interaction with every investor, and then locally our IFC partners, which is independent franchise consultants, which we have created in 97 cities, because locally you help and locally you guide every investor. So that's wherein Franchise India advisory services has been started. And now we have 97 cities, as I said, and we are also 14 countries, and wherein we are locally helping all the investors and brands to grow, and investors also to choose the right platform. So in this webinar today, as we have our team, which is management team, plus we have regional heads also with us. So I'll give you some understanding that why they are here, because we have created a support function for all our IFC network. And we have leaders also today on the panel, and their leaders further have their own teams wherein we help all these IFC partners, especially at the starting level when you start, and then we help you in getting this business done and giving you full support in terms of getting you this business, and plus helping locally investors also, and how you need to interact, how you need to guide. That's a full training support which we have created. So we have with us, I can see Bharat. Bharat is on screen. So he is actually taking care of our training and learning development. So he helps our new IFC when they are coming, the new batch every month for the training. So Bharat takes care of. So every day there's a different brand trainings which are happening, and that's Bharat taking care of. I can see Vamsi. Vamsi has joined us from Hyderabad, and we have office in Hyderabad, and he takes care of all AP Telangana. Plus we have Harsh Banga. He has joined us from Mumbai. We have Sajid Joy. He has joined us from Bangalore. Takes care of international business as well, because today's webinar is also live in different countries, and Sajid takes care of all international business as well. Then we have Deepankar, and Deepankar has joined us from Ahmedabad. He takes care of Gujarat area, and Bimal Agarwal has joined us from Kolkata. So all east side of it, Bimal takes care of. And we have our senior leader, Shakti Vel. He is also joined us from Chennai. So we have office in Chennai, and he takes care of all Tamil Nadu. Along with his team for Chennai is Kapil Dev, and we also have Sheena joined us from Kerala. We also have Harmandeep Singh, so he takes care of all north side of it and up north, which is Punjab, and he's based in Chandigarh. We also have joined our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, also in this webinar. So I would request her to set the perspective and give us some more understanding about franchising their journey and franchising overall as an industry. So as I said, there's a Q&A box. Please use Q&A box, share your thoughts and share your questions. And we will also ask questions. Please use Q&A box. And we request every person who has come to this webinar, especially at 5 p.m., please maximize and make it interactive. And so that you have a lot of takeaways. If not this opportunity, we have thousands of business opportunity which can be rightly fitted for every partner who is joined us today. So thank you so much, and please be there. And we'll also run the presentation to give you some understanding on that. So please be there. It's a 1-hour program, and Q&A box is one way wherein you can use and share with us your thoughts. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, a very good evening to all of you. And like Sanjay said, let's make the session interactive. I see some questions which have started to come in. We'll also let you know what location cities we would like to partner. Because currently we already have partners in about 97 cities. But given the fact the opportunity is very big, we're looking at more partners even in the cities where we have our direct teams and also our partners. And but if you can also share, friends, a little bit about yourself, and maybe I'll request Sanjay to put that in the chat box about your profile, the city that you come from, and we'll give you some options that you makes easy for you to choose from. So just recapping what Sanjay talked about. In short, we are a company which is a start your own business specialist, and we also help companies to scale, which means that anyone who wants to start a business is our prospective community that we reach out to, or at large, the opportunity that we have at hand. And on the other side, companies who are looking to expand via franchising. So with the distribution, the spread that we have, 97 cities, 15 countries, we are world's largest franchise development distribution company. And the last 2.5+ decades, we have worked with more than 10 million investors. And these are people who we have helped to start a business. And more than 20,000 companies where we have consulted these companies to enter franchising for the very first time, which includes a lot of startups, a lot of mid-sized companies, large corporates and enterprises. And at the same time, we also have worked with more than 800 companies to help them enter different markets, including India and also the India subcontinent. So the opportunity that we're talking about is much bigger than what we're addressing today, with all of you. And our company bridges the gap between the high-end potential global and domestic franchise companies, and also ambitious entrepreneurs, investors across India and also emerging markets. And we specialize in identifying, onboarding, scaling franchise opportunities across very diverse sectors. So which includes retail, F&B, health, wellness, education, and a lot of emerging concepts. So what we have done in these 27 years is we've created a very robust ecosystem through all our group companies put together. And we all today understand that franchising has been a very big global success story, which is not just limited to India. Rather, India today is the second largest market in the world after America, and it is also a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship and a very powerful wealth creation engine, which actually fuels economies. And this engine is something that we are trying to enforce through our independent franchise consulting program. And just to extend a little bit on what Sanjay talked about, what we have done in these years was with the primary purpose, I would say, is to democratize entrepreneurship. And that has been the foundation and the core driver of our overall group business. And the initiative premise for us to start this program is also to work with like-minded entrepreneurs like yourself who work as partners with us and who have the skill set and they tend to further drive entrepreneurship. So I think Sanjay, I think you already put it in the chat box. So friends, if you have any questions, you can keep asking. And a couple of things which I like to also add, because anytime you want to get into any industry and want to start business, the biggest question that you should ask is how big that opportunity is, and is it going to be relevant, say, in the next 10 years, 20 years? Because future fitment of any industry opportunity that you're investing is very, very critical to be understood. So some of the key factors which I'll talk about, which is driving franchising overall, and especially in India perspective, is formalization of consumption. India has always been a very big consumption market, but what we are seeing is a big formalization of consumption. And as the retail infrastructure develops, brand consciousness rises, leading to increased demand for branded product and services. So if I give an example, in the food service industry alone, the branded segment is today 51% of the overall market size, which is for the very first time it is surpassing the non-branded segment. And the service sector is modernizing as well, with services like laundry, D2C, healthcare, cleaning services, which are also becoming branded, similar to the retail service modernization, sector modernization, which happened nearly 2.5 decades back. The second area is there's a big growth in service sector. The service sector today in India contributes about 52% of the GDP and predominantly driven by franchise businesses. And the shift towards service-based GDPs globally is very, very clear, as service-centric oriented sectors, including franchising, are now at the forefront of economic growth. And considering the entrepreneurial legacy of India, it is very, very deep. And this is evident from a large number of micro businesses across our neighborhoods, from Amul dairy booths to Mother dairy booths. And the demand for these businesses, especially at the bottom of the pyramid, is very, very high. And franchising provides a viable option for individuals who aspire to own a business. And another important phenomena, what I have also observed, and especially when we started our business way back in 1999, our first time business buyer community, people who were coming forward to buy businesses, was very small, right? And 90% of people who were actually buying businesses had some background of either running a franchisee or some form of business. And only 10% of the community was first time business buyer, first generation business buyer. Fast forward these 27 years, there's a growing trend today where out of 100 businesses which are sold through our platform, through our teams, there's almost 60% of these people who are buying businesses are first-time business buyers. And this trend has doubled, I would say, in the last decade, highlighting the growing interest and potential for first-time entrepreneurs in India. And equally interesting is today we have more people who are coming at a very young age to start a business, and which is, I would say, late 20s and mid 30s. That is the biggest quantum today that is coming forward to take up businesses. And finally, when I look at the job creation challenges in India, and considering franchising as a very big solution, we face a massive job creation challenge, which needs a creation of nearly 1 million jobs per month, in fact, for the next decade. However, only 25% of this target is currently being met, which leaves a very big gap of 75%. Franchising offers a solution, as many individuals who are turning to franchising to buy themselves a job in absence of, I would say, sufficient high-paying job opportunities, particularly if I talk about tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So friends, we'll also take you through a small presentation that we have created. But before that, I'll also like to invite Mr. Gaurav Mare, who is the chairman of Franchise India Group and Fran Global, to also share his perspective and give you a little bit understanding on the model at large.
Thank you, Sonia, and welcome, friends. And my apologies for coming and joining a little late. I overran my last meeting. It's a very important webinar for us because this is an invitation to invite like-minded people who want to start their consulting journey and want to become an independent franchise consultant. But it's also very important that you understand the subject in depth, because before you take any career decision, you need to be very sure that this is right for you. I always call there are 4 connects which anybody to do any business you want to choose it. You might be bound to be a consultant or start any other business or any other career, or sometimes you need to connect 4 dots. The first dot is you need to really look at the industry. How is this industry doing? So I can tell you, while Sonia would have given you background, franchising is a $5 trillion industry. It's one of the very few industries which is growing on a double-digit figure and will continue to do that for next many decades. And there is a reason for it, because we in India, we are in a times where we're creating a lot of brands and these brands want to grow. So they will choose franchising as a way of growth. So from the larger corporations, which is Tatas and Reliance, to mother dairies, to Amul's, or to even other enterprises, even education enterprises like DPS schools, to Eurokids, to Kidsy, everybody, when they look at growth, they look at franchising, and that phenomena will continue to happen. And this is just within the market, in Indian market, but we'll also have a lot of global companies entering in the market and also wants to grow. Just now, somebody sent me that Costa Coffee, which has not done too aggressive rollout, now says that India would become the second largest marketplace. So they are doing a very big ramp up because they have seen the success of Starbucks, and Costa wants to do the entire thing. So every single brand, I've been into franchising for 28 years now, and I had an opportunity to work with the best of the best. I don't see any company. If you look at KFC, McDonald's, look at this Costa, Starbucks, or any other multinational chain, or a Marriott, or a Hilton hotel. If you ask them what is their first top three markets, 100% India is one of them. So it's a huge opportunity of this whole momentum of new brands, existing brands, large corporations, global companies. They're all looking for a mammoth growth, and you choosing franchising as a way to do that. But that's one part. The second part, which I have always been excited about, is this whole sheer demand of people who are looking to start something for themselves. Every home has somebody who's looking to start. So this industry, the first dot, is on a very promising growth level. So if you're joining franchising, you can never fail. That's, I can tell you. But it depends on how you execute the business, how far you go with that. That's up to you as an individual. The second is the brand you want to partner with. Now, Franchise India, Fran Global, and FranCop. The T-shirt I'm wearing is Fran Global. We have three brands: Franchise India, Fran Global, and FranCop. Between these three brands, we are world's largest franchise company, and the largest by resources, largest by the work we have done, largest the markets we operate in, which means that we are in 15 countries today. And more importantly, the kind of man hours we have collectively spent. We are 1,200 full-time employees and a very strong network of 150 plus IFC partners. So we are world's largest franchise resource company in the world. So when you're partnering with us, you're partnering with the most knowledgeable company in franchising. And we also take a pride that we have an opportunity to work with the world's best brand. I'll give you some examples. We are the company which has worked with Unilever multiple times. We work with Procter & Gamble. We are currently working with Google. We are actually creating the first Google franchise in the world. We work with prestigious groups like 3M. We did Geo in India. So we have done the best of the best, and we continue to represent the best of the best brands. So when you become partner with us, you also get leverage of this collective knowledge, and also our legacy and testimonial, which would come with you, this entire thing, which gives you a great start to get into that. Third dot, which is very important, and this question I cannot answer for you. The first two I can 100% tell you that this is a great industry and it's a great company you want to partner with. But the third answer is up to you. What is your financial goal? What do you want to make out of this business? That's very important. Because if you're not very clear about your financial goal, you never get it. Especially when you are starting a consulting journey, you have to understand this is a very different kind of a business approach. There are three types of ROI in any business you choose. One is conventional, which is return on investment, right? So everybody chooses where you put money, the money works for you, and you sweat out money, and money you get return on capital. So that's the first kind of ROI. The second two ROI, which I've been a big fan of, is return on intelligence and return on involvement. And this is what we stand for. So if you feel that you can bring the later two, which means that you can bring your intelligence and your involvement, it will also change the return on capital, or a return on time you will get, and the return you will get on this business, which is your, what I call, the financial goal. Say you put 7 days and you put 10 hours every day, every week. You'll obviously going to be more successful than person who's putting lesser man hours. Similarly, if you're more intelligent, you're working towards constantly learning, training yourself, understanding every single business model, understanding business and financial plans, then you'll be more ahead of somebody else. So because it's non-tangible, these two important areas, it can really significantly change your financial earnings. I know IFC partners which are very happy making 1 lakh rupee a month. And I know some of the partners who make 10, 15 lakh rupees a month, and they're still not satisfied. They want to make more. And this is individual performance. They don't have office. They don't have any staff, any structure. So it depends on how much you're putting your intelligence and how much you're putting your time. That's a financial goal which you need to answer for yourself. And fourth is the micro market you want to operate in, which city you come from. So understand these 4 dots, connect all these 4 dots, and if you still get an answer which is yes, this is something which I always want to do, then ask few more questions to yourself. One, are you passionate about helping others? Second, do you feel that you have a consulting material in you? Have you some kind of background, some kind of experience which tells you that you can become a great consultant? And if the answer is still yes, then move on to the next level, train yourself to become a great consultant, which we help you. So we give you a full support. We call the MOST, MOST, mentorship, opportunities. We give you, the day you start, you get 500 opportunities from us, exclusive. So you represent those opportunities exclusively. You get a lot of support from us. All the people you see on the screen are regionally working with you to help you get the right proposals, do joint calls, and everything else. And finally, there is extensive training. I believe hugely, because we were not trained to become a consultant or a business owner. In our education system, we were trained to do a job. So you need to train yourself. How can you become a great entrepreneur or consulting entrepreneur? So we do a training. There is a 3 days full day training. Our headquarters, we host you. Everything is taken care by us. Your stay, your pickup from the airport, everything else in between. And these 3 days, Sonia and I take 2 days out of that, and then Sanjay takes the balance third day. So, and then we have other teams also, which comes in. Bharat, who overall binds the entire training, is a lead for our learning and development. So he comes in. So there is a huge amount of consulting. And then you have 3 days in a week where you have to must attend your Zoom meeting, which is Monday, 8 o'clock, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and Saturday, 4 o'clock in the evening. So this is a must for you to do that. And if you do consistently and you commit yourself time, then you are very, very successful. So friends, before we get into a presentation, and I give you a little bit more on the information on that, and you can write your questions, write as many questions you want to do that. And then I'll try to answer all of these questions before I pass it on to Sanjay. But I'll have first question, one question from my side, and everyone should answer that. So introduce yourself in 4 choices. First, if you're a professional, write P and it's your city. Just simple P, so I know that you are working somewhere, and write your city. And if you want to share your experience, it'll be even great, because sometimes your professional experience also can tell me the kind of fitment for this side of that, right? Sometimes you are a financial advisor or you something like that. So it makes a great fitment of this. Second, if you're a business owner, you're running a business, write your city and also share what kind of business you do. Some businesses complement us, some businesses don't. Or you're too involved and it's actually too busy in whatever you're doing, you never focus on this. So I will never recommend you to become a consultant. Rather, out of the 10 people my team brings to me, not that I would use the word reject, but I advise that this is not right for you. 8, I will say, this is not right for you. Let's not do it. Because I want to make every single partner very, very successful. So ask, and you have to do your self-validation also. So be and write your city. The third, which is most important for me, I would love to have more and more people from that background, is management consultant. If you're a management consultant, you have done some kind of a training and learning, you have been a counselor, you've been a business coach, any kind of consulting coaching experience you write, then you write MC, so that we know you're a management consultant, right? And finally, if you are in a career change, write C. So if you're moving on, you've done whatever you want to do, that sometimes that time is there in your life and you say, oh, let me start a new journey, then write C. So last 2 are no-brainers for me. MC and C, they are my choice, because one has 100% time and commitment, and second has experience and talent also. And but others too also I can see if it has a fitment on that. So please introduce yourself. Let me start with saying who is introduced, and then some questions are also there. I'll pick up every question. And then, so there is Ashok from Ludhiana. We have successful IFC partner in Ludhiana, but love to understand a little more, Ashok, from you. Then there is somebody who's a business owner from Ludhiana and Tri-City. Okay. And then there is another one from Ganesh is from Chennai. Ganesh, you can get in touch with. Saktivel, and then we have Radha as a franchise owner. So I want to know a little bit, Radha, what kind of franchisees you've run and what kind of experience you have. Then we have Satyamurthy, he's a management consultant
Maybe
from
I can
Chennai.
add on to Radha because they've shared some comments already. So Radha is from Bangalore, a 28-year-old IT experience as a consultant and owns a
Exactly.
preschool
I didn't know that.
franchise for the last
Nobody,
14 years.
yeah. So I didn't know that you already done the introduction part. I think so, but it's never mind. I think it's important that we get more and more feedback from everyone. I might have extended a few minutes. So Siddharth is a real estate from Tri-City. Again, interesting because franchising in different markets are influenced by different communities, especially in Tri-City is all about real estate guys, especially in Mohali. Mohali has a huge amount of development. Everybody, I mean, I've never seen so many showrooms being built in one strip, right? It surprises me how you can fill those businesses in the entire thing. I was called by somebody who built this Mohali city center or something like that, and I just looked at so many showrooms there, and I was saying that if somebody just works in this whole street itself, which is the 3 kilometer street, he might not have to come out of that street for next 10 years because so many businesses would have to come there. And it's a great market to do that. And you can really mix this with different formats of franchising. It can be franchise owned, franchise operated, and franchise owned company operated, because most of these landlords don't want to run operate the business. And there are choices now where people operate for them. But surprisingly, very interesting market. So you should talk to Harman from Chandigarh. We have office in Chandigarh at Godrej in industrial area, Chandigarh. And who else is not been picked up? So just I don't know, people introduced in past. So I don't want to do overlap again. So friends, before I leave, I will give you 10 structured points, what I feel. This is a great industry. That's the first point. Second, the business model we run is no-brainer. Business model very simple. We have brands and we have investors. We want you to bring them together, and there is a good money to be made from brands and investors. And another good news is we don't have competition. We are exclusive for all these opportunities, and it's not easy to aggregate 500 plus brands, and we can actually do more. And we have plus 100 plus global brands also. Third is a financial model. If you have some kind of experience in any kind of consulting brokerage, you know everything is very commoditized. Today, if you are a financial consultant, hardly any margins you have. Because we are market leaders by far, we control about 90% market share. We have very strong margins available in our business. So our financial model is very, very attractive. If you put 100 hours, you can make easily 3-4 lakh rupees a month. If you put 200 hours, you can do actually double of that. So it depends on how much time you want to really put to do that. Fourth is sustainability. You should always look at businesses which don't burn you out and also are long-term sustainable, right? Sometimes people get into businesses which burn them out. This business you enjoy because you consult people, you're in control of your time, you're control of your life, you don't have recurring expenses, and it is a hugely sustainable business. Even for God bid, you don't have a good month, you don't lose anything. Any other business you run, you don't have a good month, you have to pay salaries, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, and you're always worried about it. Every business owner goes to his business worried because he feels he has to pay a lot of bills. You might be the biggest company, but you have to still sign a lot of bills, and nobody else outside you is worried. But in this business, when you are a consultant, you are in control of yourself. You can really run your own business your own way. Then is which I am very big fan of. This is why one of the areas which drives me is social impact. You help a lot of people. You help a lot of people who are looking to start a business. You help them to make very important choice of their life. Rather, buying a business is among the top 5 important decisions of your life. So you help people to make one of the most important decisions of their life. Then, as I said, it has a much lesser risk. When Sanjay would tell you the investment, you say, even if I work hard for the first month or second month, I'll recover all that I've invested in this. So you don't have anything which creates a risk for you that you're putting in that thing. And rather, I say the best investment in your life is on you. Yeah. I traveled 25, 26 days. A lot of people call me foolish. Why you travel so much? You have a large team, you have everybody in there, you have many CEOs and so on and so forth. And I say, I invest on myself. How would I stay ahead of the game if I don't know what is happening in the world? If I don't know what brands are moving up, what is happening, everything. So more I invest on myself, more I am ahead of others. So you need to always invest on yourself. And this is what you're going to do if you become a consultant. You will know more about opportunities around us than anybody else, right? And nobody would know what 500 companies in that. I also come from Chandigarh. When I started my career in Chandigarh, I used to get Economic Times in late 90s, in 96, 97. And it was not a paper which was that day paper. It used to come second day, right? Because the paper used to come from Delhi edition next day. I used to subscribe that. It was very expensive to subscribe that paper. And I used to feel that is nothing for me. Either it talks about large businesses or commodities or share market. As a small business, there's nothing for me. But now I'm in business of businesses. I have so many choices of businesses around me. And every day we add so many new businesses. And that's exactly going to be your life. You will be in business of businesses and help people to make a very important decision to start their own entrepreneurial journey. Rather, you will become what I call the start your own business specialist. And that's a very powerful statement. People, how many people in your life, ask yourself, who can help you start your own business, who can even guide you, right? Every day people sit on dining tables and talk about business ideas and end up not doing the business because they're not confident, they don't know anything about that business, right? So it's a very important decision of your life. Next thing, which is seventh point, is growth. You need to have constant growth. This business, you can grow year on year. More you will be older in the system, more you are experienced, more you are paid, more you are called for, more people have reference for you, and so on and so forth. So this business gives you growth. Then very important part 8, which is also very important. A lot of times you look at businesses, and you tell yourself, can I do this business? Is it simple to do it? This business has a phenomenal ease of doing business. Once you've done the training on the 3rd day, you're ready. You're ready. And you're also in control. Because sometimes all the people I meet in businesses, they're always one thing, they'd always tell me, oh, how do I manage people? It's very difficult to do that. I'm tired of getting the entire thing. I don't get people. I don't able to retain people. But they're always control of themselves. We are all best control of ourselves. So this business is outside, coming from you itself. So you are in control. You're never insecure. You're never insecure that somebody would leave you and your business can go away, right? Finally is sport. What kind of sport you will get? I've already explained you what kind of sport we give you. And last is the legacy which we have built over the last 28 years would also be shared with you. So you will also have that kind of experience, the kind of work we have done, the brands we have managed, and so on and so forth. And this would give you a huge jump start. Whenever you're talking to a person, you can name those brands which nobody can ignore. And with the Francop acquisition, we acquired Francop. Francop is an American company. So we add brands like McDonald's, KFC, Hilton Hotels, Hershey Chocolate, Shell, Chevron, the world's biggest multinationals. So with all this portfolio comes together for you. So friend, this is a great opportunity, but as I said, it's not for everyone. You have to think through, sit down yourself and say, is it one right time for me to take a decision? Do I really want to become a consultant? And if yes, do I have enough time to contribute in this? Should I be coming? You are committed to everyday learning. And if all these things are right, then talk to me. Talk to my teams first, and then they would set up a discussion. Next 3 days, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm keeping some slots. I'll have one-on-one discussion. And if you still feel this is working out for us, then we'll take our discussions ahead. So friends, we will, our teams would reach out to you. And now I'll pass it on to Sanjay because his balance part of a presentation he will run through. And so enjoy the rest of your presentation. And if you have more questions, please ask. I'm there 5 minutes. Sanjay, you can get started. And then if I have to leave, then Sanjay would be able to take the questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your insightful thoughts. And friends, we will give you some presentation. We'll take few slides, which will be very, very helpful for you to understand. As we discussed, franchising, it's $5 trillion industry. Everything what we consume today is coming from franchise companies. So that's why it is growing. And we see a lot of new businesses evolving into franchise because they want to grow, they want to enter into new markets. So franchising is overall $5 trillion industry, and India is the right market for all global brands also to come and expand. So if we give you understanding about sector wise, so every sector today, right from the technology companies to healthcare to financial services up to direct to home services or pet care services, all are now franchise. Pet care is also evolving. Earlier, there were not many brands, but now we have some brands who are looking forward to enter new markets. So franchising becomes a viable model for them. Automotive, if you see now today, two-wheelers, which are EV segment. So it's again very, very booming sector, and they are also looking forward for franchising as a expansion plans, and they are looking forward for different cities. Along with every EV opportunity, we also have an opportunity for charging stations. So that's also very small scale, small, low cost, but that's another opportunity which we can take, and that's also in every city available. Direct to home services, as I said today, even gardener coming at your home is also coming from a franchise company. So anything you require as a service, as a product at your home is also coming from franchising, right from Blinkit to Zepto is also done by Franchise India. So they are also into franchising. So they are looking forward for expansions. And today, it's just 10 minutes. Sometimes you just order something, it's at your home. So these companies who are last mile delivery services, any courier company like DTDC Courier or logistic companies, all are franchised. So there they have got their network, and immediately they are delivering the product at your home. So right from this education, you see the education is very, very big category also today, right from a very, very preschool, small school for small kids to any higher secondary or K-12 school, all are franchised. So overall, if you see the sector wise, anything we consume today is coming from some of company, some of the franchise company, some form of franchising. So that's wherein the opportunity, every city today is very, very huge. And that's why Franchise India, as we discussed, we are also looking forward for like-minded in those cities who become partner with Franchise India and start getting franchising overall as a business. If we talk about what we offer after you join us, so we offer you tablet. T stands for technology. So we'll give you CRM access, which we create for you. Every partner is getting a CRM access, and also with Franchise India domain email ID, which you will be using. Stands for access of our infrastructure. There were a lot of people from Chennai, from Pune to Mumbai, or even Delhi. You can use our office full time. So all our partners, they come to office, they use for meetings, even for joint meetings also they arrange and invite their investors, their brands, and we do joint meetings. But it is full time also available for all of our partners. B stands for brand. So when we do this training program, we will give you full list of 500, 600 brands, but we also help you to create a brand portfolio for everyone. So we'll give you some understanding that which brand is going to be rightly fitted for you, which you can drive. Then leads. Leads can be given from both sides, which is investor database, investor leads. We also give you brand leads, but minimum 50 guaranteed leads we give you, minimum 50 every month. So you give us feedbacks, we give you more leads. So these are investor database, investor leads, which is guaranteed. Plus, when we create your brand portfolio, so we will give you that brand related, which we call as a brand quality leads, will be also given to you. And those who have applied for those brands, which is rightly fitted for your city, your profile, your experience, and which you want to drive, which can be a category wise, like somebody who's from food and beverage. If you are a food specialist, you want to drive all food leads, we give you all the food industry, food companies. Or you want to do mix, you want to do jewelry, you want to do any category, we have every brand with us. So for every investor, we have a solution for him. E stands for events. So we do events every month, some 15, 20 events. Every city, So what we do, Franchise India is investing, and we invite investors, all our paid investors. Not even a single investor will come to our event, which is free of cost. Why? Because only idea is that we have to put our time. When we give our time to someone, we don't give free. That's what the basic of consulting business is, that our times are product and we don't give our time free to anyone. That's why every event we have different fee structuring, right from 500 to it goes to 5,000 as well. The show which is coming up in Delhi next month, which is, as I said, already large event, we have 4,000 entry fee per person. But the show which we are doing every month city-wise, there we have got 750 to 1,000 as well. But these are very, very serious investors who are looking forward to invest and start a business. And what they need a consultant. They need a advisor who can really advise well. Sorry. Today they have come to the event, they have met some brands, but what after that? How they will choose, how they will select. That's why they need a specialist. That's why they need a consultant. And then we put our time and then start exploring with every investor. And then we guide, then we get some brands, right, which we shortlist out of our 20,000 brands. And then we suggest him, these are some brands, let's explore. Then we arrange all the meetings, all the follow-ups and negotiation to documentation, everything we do for every investor. So you don't have to do anything. So as an investor, you hire us, rest leave it up to us, because we are capable and we have that 27 years of experience, and we know how to choose a right brand for every investor, which is our work. So when you become our partner or any IFC partner who works with investor, is getting every day updated, every day trained on different brands. So you have knowledge. That's why our business, we talk about ROI, return on intelligence, and return on, it is return on involvement. So it is not return on investment. Somebody was writing as a, what's the investment, how we can get the ROI out of that. So there is no ROI, which is talking about investment. It's not return on investment, my friend. It is return on involvement. So how much time you give, so you'll get accordingly your earnings. And return on intelligence, because you have to be intelligent, you have to be knowledge based. So every day you have to train yourself. That's what we do. So every day we do trainings for brands, and which you like, get yourself trained, and then you can assist or you can advise any investor who is looking forward for any kind of opportunity of that sort or that category. So we have every category with us. Any category you name, we have every brand which we can get, and even national brands or even international brands. Nobody outside Franchise India can have these assets, can have these opportunities exclusive. Exclusive would mean that we are only selling franchisees for these brands, and that's why we have mandate from out of these brands, and then we sell. That's why we invite them into our events, and all the leads which were coming, all the investors, would be followed by our team, which is our independent franchise consultants, and also Franchise India own team. But 100% there is no overlap. If there's anyone who is thinking that any investor, everybody is working on, so we have brand wise, we have investor wise. There's 100% no overlap, because that's why the system is last 27 years we work absolutely with no overlap in any city or any brand or any lead. So one brand can be driven by multiple IFC partners, multiple. So we give enough leads, and every location wise, whichever you choose. And then this TT, we discuss about training. So there is a 3 days training program, which is in our corporate office. And that training program would be 3 days every month. And in this, what we do, we take you through complete understanding about industry, franchising, franchise journey, everything about franchising and full training. And then we also give you some understanding about our own brands, because it's very important to also know Franchise India also have now grown up, and we have also invested in 46 global brands in India. So global brands, 46 now, and we are going to take it to 100. So 46 global brands are there with us, wherein Franchise India have invested as master franchise in India. So we have full ownership. Then we promote it further in different cities and across. That's what is becoming a great opportunity for our IFC partners, because there is no competition and full ownership, full support in-house, and a lot of investors who have a demand for international brands in different categories. That's full already with us. So for what is my proposed structure, if I can invite Sajid, my colleague, he can put some light on this slide and next slide, so that you can get little better understanding what's our proposed structure for IFC and how you can grow with us in this program. Over to you, Sajid.
Yeah, absolutely, Sanjay. So see, firstly, when you join in as a consultant with Franchise India, so you'd be at a basic level. So when I say basic level, we're talking about the IFC. IFC stands for Independent Franchise Consultant. And now, once you achieve a certain amount of revenue, then you get on to the next level. That's IFC Elite, and then the next one after that is going to be IFC Pro, and then the IFC Master. So I'll take you through as to what it takes for you to grow to these various levels, or rather, I would say, get promoted to various other levels. So at a basic level, as I was talking, it's the basic of it. And so which means when you start making or generating revenue, right? So which means we here talking about the average, or rather, if you're generating a total of 15 lakh as your revenue, right? For that, I'm talking about the annual revenue that you generate, or even if you're doing 15 deals in that year, then you would get promoted from that basic IFC level to the IFC Elite. And then once you've reached that level, and then you're going to be adding more revenue, and therefore once you touch the 50 lakh revenue, overall, I'm talking about for the annual, or if you are making 30 deals for that year, then you get on to the next level. From the IFC Elite, you get on to the next level, which is the IFC Pro. And then you further add revenue to yourself, and then when you are touching the 1 crore revenue. So when I say revenue, so this is the revenue that you'd be getting from doing the matchmaking between the investor and the brand, and there's a certain revenue that is generated out of that, right? So that revenue is what I'm talking about here. And so to reach the IFC Master level, which is the fourth level of growth, we are looking at you generating something like a 1 crore as your annual revenue, or 50 deals in that particular year. Then you get on to the IFC Master. Now, for each of these levels, there are various benefits, or I would say advantages of getting into these levels, which we'll be talking about. Sanjay would take you through the next slide, and he will talk about what it takes for you when you get.
You can continue, Sajid. Yeah.
All right, sure enough. Right. So if you look at this slide, you would see. Let's look at the columns. You see something called the product. So under that, you've got the IFC, IFC Elite, IFC Pro, and the IFC Master. And then the next column, you're talking about IA, then there's IS and the BS. And after that, there is BD, which is the third column. Now, these four, the IA, IS, BS, and BD, are the services that we offer, right? So I'll take you through each of that. So firstly, let me talk about what an IA means. See, when you talk to an investor, right? I'm sure your leaders would have given you a basic idea as to how the Franchise India business model works, or what we do there. So when you're talking to an investor, now obviously the investor is going to be interested in the whole concept that you have gone ahead and explained, and they're going to ask you as to, okay, what is this about? How do I go about it? And that is when you would have to go ahead and register this investor with us. Now, when I say register, it's like any other registration that we're talking about. So if you have to avail the services of any particular establishment, you're supposed to register firstly with that establishment, and then you get the services from them. The same logic applies with Franchise India as well. So you'd be firstly registering yourself, or rather you'd be getting the investor to register with Franchise India, and then that is when we start going ahead and doing the matchmaking, find the right kind of brand, and that bit of it. So the minimum amount, for a brand to register, or rather an investor to register with Franchise India, is 30,000. So let me give you an example so that it becomes easier for you to understand that. Now, supposing you already know that every month you'd be receiving a minimum of 50 plus investor leads from Franchise India, and these are warm leads. Now, supposing for that particular month, you are only able to service 10 leads for whatever reason, for want of time or anything else, you are just going to be talking to 10 leads out of these 50 leads. Now, 10 leads meaning you've got 10 registrations done for that particular month. Now, 30,000 is the minimum registration fee for the investor to register with us. So therefore, I'm talking about 30,000 multiplied by the 10 registrations that you're done for the month. So which means you're going to be generating an overall revenue of 3 lakhs. Now, this 3 lakh is not going to be paid in entirety to you because there is a certain percentage, which would be shared between you and Franchise India. So if you look at the second column again, you see a 40%, then you see a 50%, a 60%, and a 70%. So what this means is that when you are at the IFC basic level, you're at a 40% revenue share. And this simply means that whatever revenue that you generate, you would be keeping 40% of that, and the remaining would be with Franchise India. So in this case, and it goes on. So when you go to the next level, which is IFC Elite, you see a 50% that is listed there, which means you'd be at a 50% revenue share. And then the IFC Pro, you'd be at a 60%. And then IFC Master, you'd be at a 70% revenue share. So at a 70% revenue share, it simply means again that you will be getting 70% of whatever revenue that is generated, and the Franchise India gets to keep 30% of that. So now coming back to that example I was talking about, so you have 10 registrations that you're done for the month, and you're going to multiply it with 30,000, which is the minimum investor acquisition. IA stands for investor acquisition, right? So which means you're generated a revenue of 3 lakhs. Now you're going to get 40% of this 3 lakhs as your commission or the profit. So 40% of 3 lakh is going to be 1.2 lakh. So 1.2 lakh is going to be paid to you as your profit or commission. Now this is from the IA, the first service that I'm talking about. Now the next logical step is that once you've got the investor registered, now you're supposed to be finding the right kind of brand for them. So that is why the second service that we offer, IS, is the investor service, and it's an acronym. It stands for investor service in IS. And so therefore, and why we're calling this investor servicing IS, because you're servicing this investor. You're now going ahead and finding this investor the right kind of brand, right? And the minimum amount, that an investor is supposed to pay Franchise India. And this fees is collected from the investor when the deal is done between the investor and the brand, right? So which means you've gone ahead, done the matchmaking, and there is an agreement that happens between the investor and the brand, and eventually the brand and the investor signs a deal. And once a deal is signed, that is when the investor is now supposed to pay something called as the investor servicing fee. The minimum amount is 1 lakh. It can go higher as well. But for the sake of calculation, I'll take the lowest slab, which is 1 lakh. And you already have 10 registrations which are done for the month. So therefore, 1 lakh multiplied by 10 registrations is going to fetch you a total revenue of 10 lakhs. And here again, you'll be getting 40% of 10 lakhs because you're at the basic level of the IFC as of now. So 40% of 10 lakh is going to be 4 lakh. So 4 lakh is going to be your payout, while 6 lakh is going to be with Franchise India. Now, you also know that Franchise India gets a commission from both the investor side and the brand side every time there's a deal signed. Now, the investor has already paid us the investor servicing fee. Now it's a turn of the brand to pay us the brand servicing fee. That's called the BS. So here again, we're calling it the brand servicing because obviously we have gone ahead and helped this brand find a good investor for them, right? So therefore, now the brand is supposed to pay us a brand servicing fee, and the average fee, the brand servicing fee, which the brand is supposed to pay, ranges between 2 to 5 lakh on an average. It can go higher, 35, 40, 50 lakhs as well, and higher. But on an average, 2 to 5 lakh is what we receive as the brand servicing fee. Now, for the sake of calculation or this example, I'm going to be taking the lowest of that, which is going to be 2 lakh. So 2 lakh multiplied by the 10 registrations which you already have for the month. So which means you're going to be generating an overall revenue of 20 lakh. And here again, you'd be getting 40% of that. So 40% of 20 lakh is going to be 8 lakh. So this is what is going to be your payout that you get from the brand servicing fee. And lastly, there is something called as a BD, which is a third column that you see. And under that, you see 20% also listed there. I'll talk about that now. So BD stands for business development or brand development, you could call it that way as well. Now, what this means is that, say, for example, you've walked into a restaurant or, say a salon, and you've noticed that, those guys are doing really good business. The turnover is good, but they haven't got into the franchising business as yet. So what you do here is you'd be approaching the owner of this establishment, and you'd be, of course, introducing yourself, and then you tell them that you would help their brand get into the franchising business because we are the experts in that. And once they get into the franchising business, they will be able to rapidly scale up their business. And of course, proportionally, their profit would also be on the higher side. So this is what you talk to the owner of that establishment and nothing more, because we have a specialized team within us who would go ahead and do the business analysis of this establishment, talk to the owner, understand how they've come up there, what is it they're looking at as far as their mission or the vision is concerned, and then of course we do a due diligence and all kinds of study to understand how we can position this particular establishment in a manner that they will be able to rapidly scale up their business. And we'll also be helping them find the right investors as well. So all in all, we will be helping that particular establishment grow successfully as a franchising business. And for doing that, for a brand, or I would say for this particular establishment to associate or to empanel with us, they're supposed to pay something called as the brand development or the business development fee. And the minimum amount is 8.5 lakhs plus GST. So imagine, even if in a month you're just doing 2 business development cases, then we're talking about 8.5 lakhs multiplied by 2, which is going to be 17 lakhs. And if you notice, there is a 20% listed under that BD case. So what it means is that you're going to be getting 20% of the 17 lakhs, which is going to be 3.4 lakhs. Now, why 20%? Because see, the hard work, you're only giving us a reference, for this particular service, the BD service. The rest of the hard work is going to be done by Franchise India. So therefore, but we still recognize your efforts, in providing us this reference, and therefore we're giving you 20%, which is still a handsome commission to take. And as it said, even if you're just doing 2 business development cases in a month, we're talking about you making 3.4 lakh as your commission from this particular service. Right, so these are the 4 different services that we offer. And apart from this, there are various other commissions, or I would say incentives that you get from Franchise India. Like, for example, you also get something called as the, we're also talking about cash incentives that you get from the brand side. Because every time you do a matchmaking between the brand and the investor and there's a deal signed, then you get these cash incentives from the brand side. And they're doing this because they would want you to bring more investors to them, because they know that you get 50 plus leads, a minimum of 50 plus leads from Franchise India every month. So therefore, they would want more leads coming to them, and that is why you get these cash incentives from the brand side as well. And this is paid directly to you. Franchise India does not take a share out of this. And we're completely okay with, you receiving this directly from the brand side, because, that is keeping you happy and motivated as well. Right. And that is one bit of it. And also you get something called the working capital. So there's a certain, once you reach a target, there's a certain amount of, money that is earmarked for your expenses. And it could be anything to do with you probably traveling to, say, another city and for a expo that is happening there. You could use it for your flight charges or any other expense that you can think of, right? So that's an incentive that you get additionally. And then many more such incentives that are rolled out from time to time. And I'm sure your leaders must have talked to you about the foreign trips as well, right? So every 3 months or every quarter, there's an international trip for our consultants who achieve a certain target. And all the expenses are entirely borne by Franchise India. And you add another additional, revenue to that. You can also take your spouse along with them, with you rather. And all the expenses again taken care, by Franchise India. So we're doing all this bit of it, in terms of providing you the incentives or, be it, the international trips and all that, to ensure that you are happy and motivated to work. And, therefore, when you're doing good business, it means, Franchise India is also making revenue or the commission, the bargain. And therefore, this is a revenue share kind of model. It's a win-win for both you and Franchise India, right? So this is what this business model is about. And then talking about leads, I just touched upon that. You get 50 plus leads minimum, and additionally you get leads as well every time there's a focused marketing that is happening for a particular brand, and whatever leads are generated in that region, that comes to you as well. So we're talking about easily 50 plus leads in a month, and that's quite a sizable number for you to be cracking a deal. And then the last column, we're talking about the CRM ID, right? So, at the basic level, you get one that is your CRM ID. All these leads are going to be passed on to you through the CRM. And that's why there is that CRM ID. And then as you grow to the different levels, as the IFC Elite, IFC Pro, or the IFC Master, then you get 1+1, 1+2, 1+3. So 1+1 or 1+2, what it simply means is that you get that additional CRM ID where you can add employees or team, right? You can add your own maybe friends and family to your business, because see, by the time you come to this IFC Elite and other levels, you'll be making a sizable income as well. And you'll be able to afford maybe adding an employee to your team, paying the salaries. And of course, if you want to, you can add your family members as well, right? So that is why we're giving you this additional CRM ID. So you run it like a business, a proper business, right? And you'll be able to forecast your cash flow and the other bit of it. It becomes easier to know precisely as to what is going to be your revenue that you're going to be generating on going forward as well. So this is what it's going to be overall as a payout structure. And I think I would request Sanjay to take this forward for the next bit of it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Sajid. And last slide, which is there, how you can join us. So we have only one fee, which is our joining fee, or it's the license fees for India market, which is 6 lakh plus GST. That's one time only. Rest, all the investments done by us. Next 3 years, 3 years is our agreement part. So next 3 years, we are committed to give all the investments to be done by Franchise India, and you have no investment. No investment for any promotion, any lead generation, any brand, or any training. So everything would be done by us. So right from the leads every month, and second, training. Third, we are giving you brands. And fourth, we are also giving you a lot of cash incentives and programs. And then we have contests also, which we are giving. And we have given full training and support. This is all going to helpful for all of you to get the revenues done and earn a lot of money out of this, because this is highly rewarding and very, very low cost. And it is also zero risk opportunity for all of you. So friends, thank you so much once again for joining in today's webinar. We have exceeded our time today. So our leaders will get in touch with each one of you and share with your thoughts. And if you are really looking forward or have any question, please feel free to have a further discussion. And if you have further shortlisted, and from both sides, you shortlist us, we shortlist you, then there will be 10-minute introduction with our chairman, and then we will take up further. So we have also this month very, very large event in Delhi. That's why we are again talking about that event, because all IFC partners are coming to attend. Everything is ready for you. Now business is ready. It's all about coming, being involved, and taking it up further. So initially it will be a new business for you, maybe a new startup for you, but we have a full support function where we can help you and guide you how to do this piece. Till then, thank you so much once again joining in, and one more time, thank you for each one of all of us from you, so that you have given us enough time today in this webinar, and we look forward for having a one-on-one discussion with you. Thank you.